Hello, this is Bill Clodsey. Welcome to a Dominaria draft. We're back on this plane and we've got a decision to make about our first pick, which is going to be between Baird, a solid legendary creature, kind of makes combat a nightmare for your opponent. Spore Swarm, in a good deck, solid value there, and Shivan Fire. Good old Shivan Fire, which is the only red card in the pack, which sends kind of a good signal, and I think it's just worth it here. I'll go with that. Removal over, random creatures. Red might not be everyone's favorite color, but it does what you need it to do, and it goes into some pretty good decks. Alright, next we have Knight of Grace, Rona, Cloud Reader Sphinx, and Keldon Overseer. To stay on color, but it's not really that impressive. And the Sphinx is always going to be good, but for the power concentration, I like Knight of Grace here. We could always give up on Shivan Fire if we end up in like a really solid white-black deck, but I think it's got to be Knight of Grace here. And we find another possible knight, the Dauntless Bodyguard. I've been impressed with this thing. It doesn't look like much as a 1-drop, comparing it to a 2-drop, it's not much faster. But it has value in the late game and the early game, and it's one of the few cards that does get pretty aggressive. So it's on color from our first knight, so I'll just grab it here. Kind of a weak pack overall. Another Fall of the Thran pops up, and Syncopate. Not a ton left in this pack, maybe a Trapper to get super aggressive, run amok. Maybe we just get super aggressive. How does that sound? Fall of the Thran could wheel, and that might be nice in a super aggressive deck. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab this run amok, take a bunch of early creatures, get rewarded. Oh no. Now we see the Vile Offering, and it's cards like this that make the super aggressive strategies just not so exciting. Kind of a weird card to take here when yeah, I mean, we don't have any legends yet, and we're not in black yet. But the other options are like Seismic Shift and Keldon Raider. Keldon Raider's good, but it's not nearly as good as the Vile Offering. And I'll hedge on this. Okay, so not much more to do with it, but I'll take Keldon Raider now that it is the best card in the pack. Is the first Eruption any good? Probably not in this deck, but if we're gonna get super aggressive, let's take Frenzied Rage. Maybe we'll find a way to protect it, or maybe we just don't even need to play it. Joda. We're in 2 of the 3 colors that Joda likes to be in. So who knows? Who knows how things work out here? Hopefully pretty well. Charge. That gets really aggressive. It's a bit of a mess here at the moment, but we've definitely got 4 solid cards for a red-white deck, 2 really aggressive cards to add on to that. Fall of the Thran. Sure, come get in here, Fall of the Thran. Warlord's Fury, not really what I want. Another Fall of the Thran. Yeah, when it falls, it thrans. Cute little forest to finish things off with in pack 1. And pack 2 has a Seal Away and a Juggernaut, some more aggressive stuff. Torgur, in case we're interested in that, but Seal Away looks like our best bet here. It's a little more defensive than Gideon's Reproach, but I mean, they're both pretty defensive. And it's way less offensive than the Juggernaut, but just on card quality, it makes sense. Kind of like Fall of the Thran, Haphazard Bombardment, well, just better than Fall of the Thran, but it's a nice way to to help finish off your opponent. And the rest of the pack, again, is not too strong for what we're doing. White seems to be disappearing a bit. Probably just don't play either fall if we can avoid it. Back in it here with Quendi. We have Knight of Grace, which works really well. Warlord's Fury, which gives all our creatures first strike, or double strike as the case may be. And just any way to pump it makes it so much better. Run amok, trample, double strike, that's huge. A good color combination for what we're trying to do. And let's just get as many run amoks as we can. Ruinous Blast, Call the Cavalry. I'd rather take this, it goes wide, and kind of goes along with our strategy here of trying to do 20 damage. Yeah, this is not a format where I usually find myself making a more aggressively flavored deck, but here we are. Still need to pick up 2 drops when we can get them, or 3 drops as the case may be, Sergeant at Arms. That's a bit better than the Glider, since, you know, going wide later is an option with it. Then here's a funny one. Instead of a 4-drop here, which is pretty powerful, the Cyclops, I'm going to go with Sarah Disciple. And hopefully we can get that down at the same time as Quendi from time to time. Triumph. Yeah, Triumph does what we want it to do if we're playing a lot of early creatures. So I'll grab that. A lot of early creatures, that includes Construct. Or it might. And Lightning. Still more of a sideboard card even in an aggressive deck like this. And I don't really want Fire Elemental, so I'll grab a land. Wow, after 2 packs, it doesn't look like a ton of playables. But our main limitation here is just the number of creatures we have. And it almost doesn't matter what the creatures are because we can make them better with Run Amok and the Fury and all kinds of stuff like that. Lava Runner with a bunch of Run Amoks. That could be good. You can't really use the Run Amok to give it haste, but you can use it to pump it in battle. Ooh, nice here. Wizard's Lightning, even without wizards, it's going to be good. But we do happen to have a wizard, at least. Joda. We could go Jeskai aggro, but we don't really have the fixing for it. I mean, we have Joda and Adeliz possibly now. Ooh, Adeliz is so good with these Run Amoks. Thankfully, we do have an option that is just red, which is Lightning, and that is a solid card. Another one? Well, that's a lot of burn. And it's up against Shalai here, which is a 3/4 flyer for 4. Pretty hard to beat that, but I think the Wizard's Lightning does beat it since we're not really splashing the green. Close one. Tiana, happy enough with this. Sometimes you just need a 3/3 double strike flyer, right? How many Run Amoks is too many? We're approaching that number, and we have other good options here. Another Lava Runner or a Mesa Unicorn, and I'm going to take the Unicorn here. The Lava Runner does help out both our Wizard's Lightnings, but they're kind of good enough on their own. More good red options. Goblin Barrage wins it, I think. We don't have much to sacrifice to it. The Construct. So kicking it won't be that common. But that's okay. I mean, it's still just a solid piece of removal. Narumiha for our Wizards deck that we're not really going into. or Keldon Warcaller, which helps out Triumph of Gerard. I mean, that's the one thing it gets. It kind of looks like Haphazard Bombardment should be a saga, but that would have been templated oddly. It's too bad for the Warcaller, but I will take the Warcaller just because it is another creature, and we kind of want those. Lava Runner versus Overseer. Close one. But you know what? I'm going to go with this Lava Runner. And another Frenzied Rage versus Invoke the Divine and Serra Disciple. Serra Disciple upgrades the Warcaller here. And Warcry Phoenix, nice. Bloodstone Goblin, just naming the best cards here that we might want to get. Another Fury. And another Run Amok comes back. So what is this deck all about? At this point I'm going to cut Seal away. Cut Sparring Construct. Although that is really cute with Goblin Barrage. And then play this mess here. Probably cut Memorial to War as well. Still need some more cuts. It might be the Bloodstone Goblin, but we can kick Shivan Fire. Potentially we can use it to kick Goblin Barrage. Try to get super aggressive with these Fall of the Thrans, but it's just not a great version of Armageddon. Bodyguard, we have a lot of good stuff to do early. The Warlord's Fury is cute with Quendi, but maybe not necessary to have two. It does also help the Lava Runner. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Triple Run Amok. Maybe double Run Amok is enough, and just one Triumph as well. 2 Run Amoks, and then 16 lands. You don't always get a 16 land deck, but this looks like one of them. Cutting Seal away because, yeah, we just don't need such a defensive card. We have enough lifelink and things to race, and we're just going to have the early curve, so they might never have a tapped creature that we have to deal with. It might come in versus some kind of like attacker that we can't beat, like a lifelink thing of their own. Like Lyra Dawnbringer or something, because a lot of our removal doesn't play well against that. But yeah, this should be good. I'm tempted to bring in a Memorial to War, but it really just isn't something that's likely to matter. Round 1 versus Louis B. Keeping this. Not many creatures, but we've got the burn. We've got the pain here. Not burn for this thing, though. It depends. If they run out, well, we probably just don't kill this construct no matter what. But isn't it tempting? I think our Warcry Phoenix is enough to race it. They might counter this or just have nothing. Either way, Run Amok will get them if they have Reproach for the Goblin. Denitha, that's a nice one to save Shivan Fire for. It might give away what we have if we just attack here, but I'm fine with that. Fire. You're fired. Get out of here, Denitha. And we're way ahead. The problem is the white-blue deck is going to have the late game against us, and it's just way better than us in general. But Yeah, we've got a good shot here. I mean, these are some of the better cards in our deck. And our board is twice as good. Bodyguard to save their construct. Sure. Didn't want to kill that thing anyway. But I probably don't want to interact with their bodyguard here and just trade our goblin with it, because the goblin's going to be better later. Oh, here they go. 2 damage to us gets that pesky bodyguard out of the way. Deep freeze, not a huge problem. Gives us a good blocker. Here we go with our goblin coming in. And then back to the waiting room for our white mana. No attacks, they say. But I have an attack. Even if it gets shut down by this nonsense. I'll try running amok. Maybe they bounce our thing, at least we get to play it again. Syncopate is fine. I mean, at least it trades off 2 for 2 here. Zahid. Well, I guess we're dead. Not how we want to draw against this player. Yeah, I mean, just 6 dead cards in our hand for the entire game is too bad. Okay. Well, I kind of like Radiating Lightning in this matchup. Put that in over a Fury. Yeah, I'm going to put them on the play so they don't develop quite as quickly, even with our aggressive deck. Drawing the cards is important. So let's see what we can do here. We've got Wizard's Lightning up, if that's important, which I don't think it will be. And a solid little start here. Trapper. What does the Trapper do? It threatens to block, but Run Amok takes care of it. So we'll just attack out with Run Amok backup. And then save our Shivan Fire and Wizard's Lightning. Because a blue-white deck could easily interrupt Run Amok later, where it's a little harder to play around instant speed removal. We get to cast it on our terms, like this. And that means now our Lava Runner's a 2/2. Raider discarding Warcry Phoenix? That looks pretty silly, but I mean, technically it gets us some value if we can attack with 3 creatures next turn, which is not guaranteed, but unless they have a deep freeze here, we should be okay. 4 mana? Oh, well, that does mess things up. However, we get in with the Raider. We could have maybe gotten in with the other 2, but I wanted to take Baird out in 1 hit. Yeah, maybe we should have attacked with something else, but now they're not necessarily playing around Shivan Fire. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, probably better to attack there, though. Well, I'm going back and forth on that. It sort of just depends. Like, if they hold up blue +1 next turn, do we play around Syncopate by just attacking with Keldon Raider and maybe one other thing? Because if we tap out for Shivan Fire, then we just get no attacks whatsoever. So it might be better to just do our plan of like attack with 3 creatures and hold up Shivan Fire. Then if it gets syncopated, at least we get in 6 damage. Yep, they're doing it. They're holding up just the mana they need. Let's go ahead and try to take out Denitha here. If they syncopate this, at least we know what we're dealing with. Adamant Will. Okay, well, that's also a nice one to know about. Keldon Raider coming in. Ooh. Which of these do we want to deal with? Probably Baird, even though they gain some more life off this. Mana's been such a pain recently. And this is where they come back. Like, we might just lose now. Denitha's too good against this. We're out of removal. If they attack here, we just block with everything and hope for the best. Joyra, also not terrible. Wow, that draw's not terrible either. Not terrible, but not insane either. If we attack with everything, they block 1 on each, and then maybe that's not the best. We should really be playing our last run amok, too. They'll take it, and I'm fine with that. No blocks, weird. They might have just pinned us on run amok. Like, what could they have possibly drawn that would make them attack there so quickly? And the answer is run amok, so maybe they know. Joyra about to take them for a joy ride. With all the cards it'll be drawing. Come on, something. Ooh, that is something. If only we had 1 more mana for it. That's the story of our life here. Alright, well, here we go again. Macy Unicorn coming in. Run amok just to get a couple points in. Puts them somewhat low. Double block here. Sucks if they have anything. Hopefully they don't. They figure they might just want to gain the life? No. Blessed Light puts them back up to 1,000,000. One day we'll draw what we need. Triumph. Triumph sounds pretty good. It's also the only thing we can do. No, maybe that's not true. 7, they go a little lower but lose Joyra, but then they have Memorial. Tell you what, let's do Triumph here. We'll put it on our unicorn, for lack of a better option, and or whatever. What is this? Kill all of our creatures somehow. Syncopate. We don't pay for Syncopate. I guess that's all well and good. Come on, use your Memorial to Glory so we can kill all those creatures. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's just taking us too long to get past these couple tiny things. Bombardment. Let's do it to their creatures and a plains. I'm not worried about the mountain, but restricting their white mana is somewhat appealing. Okay, we get Joyra. Denitha would have been a little better. God, they have it again. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm just going to double block Denitha here. They figure it's not long for this world anyway. No attacks here. I want to see if we can grab the Journey Mage. Whoa. They get 2 soldiers. That's fine. And we get their land. Unfortunate. Really? That attack's kind of funny. 27, but I guess they feel like they have to do damage eventually. Lightning! Puts him down a little lower. Lava Mage is a good one. Too bad our Goblin Barrage can't kick. But I'll save that as a trick. Deep Freeze, sure. And if they have nothing, we win. If they have something, maybe we don't win. We're still in it. Back to game 3 here. What did we say? Run Amok was our best card? Probably true. I like our whole deck. Our deck's great. Let's make no mistake about that. So maybe we don't need the other Run Amok. Here we go. They're wondering if they want to take the play because we took the the draw last time and won, and they're down to 6 on the play. I'd say it's working out here. The only thing that's not working out is the fact that we don't have any early plays and not quite enough lands either. One of their better turn 1 plays, if it's unanswered by us, which it is. Ooh. I'll take that though, and no second land from them. So if we dodge a few more cards, Triumph gets really good. Get a 2/3 into play. What does that mean? It means it trades with both. Yeah, I think we just play it but not attack. If we attack, of course they trade, which isn't bad for us, but then we lose the second chapter of our Triumph here. This is just a bit of a shame for them, since could otherwise have been a good tournament, and their deck is solid. They'll get a 3-2 out of the deal. I'm not going to waste Wizard's Lightning yet, but I will play a Knight of Grace. It would have been nice to get to 4 mana ourselves to take out both in one strike here. Fury, just to try to draw land, mainly. Oh man. And Dauntless Bodyguard to keep our Knight of Grace healthy. And that's a last resort in case of charge here, but that's pretty unlikely. Well, that's their second land. And that might be one worth taking out with Wizard's Lightning. Never mind, we found a better option, which is Run Amok. So their block is pretty easy. Maybe they only do one block. I guess that makes sense. But in any case, we'll Run Amok here to save all our guys and still end up getting 7 damage in. Puts them effectively down to 5. We have 6 points of burn in our hand. If we can ever draw the mana for it. Right. What to do here? We definitely want to kill this Denitha. So I guess we do that now. And attack with everything except our bodyguard. I mean, attacking with the bodyguard does get them down to 2. But there's no guarantee we draw any land for the rest of the game, so maybe this is better. Okay, they've had enough here. They're too low life, and they just got mana screwed to oblivion. Bit of the opposite problem here, but maybe we can draw out of it. In round 2, Dauntless Bodyguard, the mirror match again. Just want to see what we can draw. More land. Lands and spells, as they say. Alright, well, we definitely lose this game, but such is our lot for the game 1s this series. Mono white here. Yeah. I don't mind seeing what their second color is if they get that far. But it's not going to be very long now. At the very least, next turn we can take out a 3-1. Green-white. Ouch. Well... you know, I'm not going to show them anything else. There's nothing we could draw that's 3 mana that lets us live. Seal Away is coming in for sure. Fury can get out, but yeah, the deck's fine. Yeah, in a weird play here, I'll let them have a rush at us once more. They're keeping 7, which is a shame, but all this early interaction gives us, you know, the ability to go over the top. Quendi plus Tiana. I like the look of that. Knight, that's one... Well, I guess we can just play our own knight. A better knight. Glider. Trying to get aggressive. Are we trying to get aggressive? That's the question. I suppose we are. Not the best trade in the world, but we want to use our mana, and if we don't do this, we can't really use our mana. Seal away the Knight, and hopefully draw land. Watch them have the untap spell, the untap pump spell. Nope. It's not taking away the best card, but it does help us win the race here. Shauna. Can't be the target of abilities, that's okay. Play Quendi here, get some double strike action in on our Knight. Shauna, one worry is that they play some Saprolings next turn, and Shauna just gets way too big for Wizard's Lightning. But I think it's worth taking one turn off here just to get 4 power of double strike into play. Mesa Unicorn, so now they have a 3/3 Shauna. Don't want to do that trade yet. Oh, that's so good. Let's see if this works. Die, Shauna. It does work. Keep Quendi healthy. And attack for 8. Things are going well. Dub on the Unicorn. That's solid. They can't really attack with it, though. Which means we get an attack in with Quendi that trades with the Unicorn. Of course, they go up to 10. Alternatively, we just draw the win, and that's not a problem. Very nice. Sometimes you draw really well, and sometimes you don't draw well at all. And this was one of the drawing well times. Lightning, I feel like that's going to be good here too. It does kill 2/1 flyers. But it's just 3 extra damage. Maybe we leave it out. There's nothing particularly bad about this build, so might as well leave it how it is. Cool, I like this hand again. They're on the play, so deciding whether to keep. They are keeping their 7. I like my 7. Let's play. We have our one combo here, the Bloodstone Goblin plus Goblin Barrage. Wow! The Black Blade Reforged. Let's not let that get in any Shaunas, please. Mono white to begin with, so nothing too scary yet. It takes 7 to equip it to a non-legend. So the Black Blade is just kind of rotting in play for a while. And most of their legends we can take out with a Barrage or Wizard's Lightning. There's Shauna. There's definitely Shauna. If they waited 1 turn, they could have equipped it before we had a time to interact. But they didn't wait 1 turn. See if they have the answer for it. The Adamant Will. If they do, we can back it up with Wizard's Lightning. Ooh, Healing Grace. So we're going to counter Healing Grace here. Very nice. What if they have another Healing Grace? No legal targets. Sorry about that. My mistake. We can get rid of this extra mountain. Dub. Super aggressive. Raider, I still want to get rid of the mountain, even though we have the Phoenix. Because there's no guarantee we are attacking with 3 creatures next turn, and there is a guarantee we can play the Phoenix next turn. Yeah, we're just doing way too much damage to them to care about all this. 7, 11, they could be doing 11 next turn by equipping the Black Blade. 9. So how about, I mean, that would take all of their mana and it's still not enough. But I still think, yeah, we just win here. With the Goblin Barrage, we'll sacrifice our Goblin to kick it, kill the Glider before it gets a chance to do anything, and soar into the finals. I hope I kicked it here, yeah. All the costs. Nice, that's the first time I've kicked this thing in the format. And it won me the game. Oh no, don't save it. Even if they save it, I think we win, but it's better this way. In the finals versus Jack 7140, I'm being kind of haphazard with my choice to be on the player draw, but generally the aggressive decks like this can benefit from being on the play. Our opponent's down to 6, so I guess, well, especially with this hand, I'd rather be on the draw, but whatever. Let's get to it. Green, huh? Well, green's pretty good. Green-black? Uh-oh. This is the deck to watch out for. We can kill the Sapperling Lord if they play it, but it's going to be a while before we can kill, like, Slimefoot. And you can expect this deck to have a Slimefoot, being an uncommon, and a good reason to go into the deck. But what's it going to be? Then what do we do? If we draw a mountain, we'll probably discard Sergeant at Arms. If we draw nothing, we can cry about choosing to be on the play. More Sapperlings. I'll take, whoa. Oh, Torgor with no attacks. Well, I guess it makes sense. They get us lower this way. Yeah, whatever. Take out their Sapperling just because. And then hope that we find something to do. That's something. Play the call. Take a hit of 7 here, because it'd be nice to play the Raider and then try to double block Torgor later. Ah, we don't even have that luxury. Still, we pretty much need to discard Warcry Phoenix here. We pretty much need to double block the Confessor here. Should have played that land. No, that'll win it for them. Okay, even if we played the land, for what it's worth. Yeah, that was something. Didn't really get what we needed as soon as we needed it. However, we have a solid sideboard plan against them, which is called Radiating Lightning. And I guess that's it. And take out Warlord's Fury, although... yeah, I'll just take that out and choose to be on the draw. This is a format where I just like being on the draw unless things are way too aggressive. And even if they are aggressive, as long as we're pretty aggressive or have some early interaction, I just like being on the draw. And yeah, they're going to have a bit of a faster start, but nothing we can't handle. Sapperlings, come on. Where's our sideboard card? Radiating Lightning down all of this mess. No Torgor yet, though. They don't have the double black for it. Kill this Confessor. I almost hope they do play Torgor. So, well, not now, but so Haphazard Bombardment can kind of distill this board. They're going to come in with Fungal Infection backup. Nope, no attacks from them. So what does that mean for us? That means we're going to run amok. Maybe not. Not if they don't block. But Serra Disciple becomes a good blocker for a bunch of random 1/1s. And we're not missing any land drops, so we're doing all right this game. And if they can't claw out of their mana issue here, we are in much better shape. No more lands for them. Good deal. I don't know why I'm playing Lava Runner first main, but I am. Maybe that looks more like a trick. Okay, they take this. Slowly but surely, we're whittling away at their life total. And we have a bombardment next turn. And still no land from them. No land and no small creatures. So they just have 6 things that cost double black or more than 4. It's kind of absurd. The funny part is, we're going to really drive things home in a second. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I mean, they aren't to the point of discarding yet, but I'll attack with everything here, and then we're going to light up all their mana sources, so they definitely lose, you know, 1 mana here. See if they're willing to use their spell. No spells yet. And I don't know, if they just chain land off the top, this might look a bit awkward, but we're gonna tag all of their sources. Dark Bargain, ouch. That puts them to 9, but it will let them hit their 4th land drop, even if that's not quite good enough. I'm surprised they didn't wait for us to select. Maybe it's obvious what we select, but it's not really obvious. I mean, I'm going to go for the mana sources. And they put a migration in the graveyard, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, we grab a forest, which is kind of the least exciting thing to get. And this could be Torgor coming down. putting themselves back up to 10 for all we know. Torgr losing their board. 4, 5, 6. They could keep a Saproling in play. Maybe they keep the elves in play so they have 1 more mana next turn. Yep, here it is. Old Torgr, old buddy. And they're going after us. They don't want the 1 life, and that might be the difference. We might win just because of that. 6, well, Ancient Animist, that doesn't help us a whole lot. That doesn't help our case. But they'll be down to 2 mana next turn. I wish we could kick something. Getting Menace would go a long way here. But they're out of green. No, they've got green. They've got it all. Somehow, at last. Don't attack. Alright. Not sure how we win this. Another Wizard's Lightning would help. Mountain does nothing. So we're on chump duty with our Lava Runner. But we have them somewhat low. Like a Wizard's Lightning could definitely win it. Cast down. Yeah, I guess they got it. What a weird game. I mean, we both had mana issues of different types. Yeah, I'll give them the run amok. Yeah, fun tournament. Still after my elusive next trophy, but we'll get there eventually.